get through there, and then they get a order every week, and we can. And I only want line to it.
Yeah, I'm putting line on it. I just didn't know how he wanted to follow his color scheme. Do it the same as y'all's, or does he want one color and particularly more than the other?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to call him, and he won't answer. Let me keep on trying.
I text him sometimes. He'll
Well, I
answer
just
the
went
same.
live on the channel, so he may chime in.
Oh, okay. He said he went live on the channel, so he might, live in, so.
Oh, okay, all right, okay, all
Okay,
right.
bye.
Bye.
Alright, let's see. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Alberto Zertuche, and I'm here. We're about to spool up a reel. What's up, Hugo? And we're gonna do blue in the 40 pound or 60 pound, sorry. And then we're gonna top it with, what did we say again? Blue?
Yeah, blue and.
No, gold. Gold on top. That's right. Okay. And I had my coffee today, so. Byron, Craig, how you doing? What's up, guys? Oh, thank you, John. Yes, sir. I definitely need my coffee. I'm already yawning and stuff, so. Yeah, we got up this morning, and luckily on some of the home renovations we had going, we got the trim out of the backyard where it was staged, because they kept telling the wife, it's gonna rain, and it finally rained 3 days later. Let's see. Hold on top. That's 80. I don't have some white in 60. Some brown. There. Man. Well, I think 40 to 80 will give y'all more line capacity and still stay within the color scheme. I don't have any 60 in the red, blue, white, or gold. So. And we were also talking about doing the gold on top, so they'll still get you back to the gold on it, when it's there. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna do the 16 strand and 40 pound for his backing, and actually this is gonna increase your line capacity too. So instead of 280 yards, you'll be sitting more like 350. So it'll be better for more bigger fish fighting, Yep. Oh. Yes, sir. Very, very cool colors. Took a little while to get in, but we finally got it in. Thanks to Avet for overnighting it to us, so we're here to get it to our customer quickly. Granted, it did take a little bit of phone tag and emails and stuff, but it got sorted, which is good. Now it's going to look even better once it's ready for the dance. When are y'all going fishing?
I'm not sure. Either tomorrow or probably Monday night.
No, you didn't make the plan to do the ground escape today to go get it wet?
Yeah, knowing him, he might decide to.
Right. go. Ooh. I already put out a video on how to preset the drags on these avets and stuff like that. And for a rod, it would definitely be, you know, Team Hard Life rod in a Superman version. Red, gold, and some blue in there would be awesome. And they can even put a sticker too. These things are. When I first fought my first redfish on one of these, I was like, oh, okay, all right. I was afraid I was gonna break the reel, and it just said nope. He was ready for it. All right, guys, let me see where they're at. All right, here we go. And no, this reel is not up for sale. It's already prepaid for a customer. We can order more. We just would have to get it in and stuff like that. So just give you an idea, that's 200 yards of 40-pound 16 strand on the reel right now. And I'm still gonna get plenty more, so we can still give a good top shot. So it seems a little loose. Is that thunder? It's coming.
Yeah.
Ooh. I had to walk outside because stuff was falling from the sky. I didn't know what it was. It was rain. Been so long, so. Oh, definitely. I went up to the lake the other day and we launched the jet skis, and yeah, it sucked up rocks immediately and everything. So
my brother-in-law took our boat out. It was hard to find where the dog get legs to.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I know they've been getting some pretty good storms over there, but it's going to take quite a bit for it to get refilled. So. Yep. Alright guys, so that's 300 yards. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is switch over, because we're putting 100 pound of the 12 strand of the Cortland, because it's a bright gold, so we can still match the color scheme of the reel we're trying to get. And oh, it's going to make it pop. Oh yeah, love that. It's the Master Braid 12 strand by Cortland. There you go. There you go. Still zoomed in, guys. I'll zoom it out, or take it out, so that way y'all can see me do the splice. Come on. I don't know why it does that. I'm zooming it out and it zooms all the way in and stuff like that. So how much does something like that cost? With colors instead of the blue and red, purple and blue, green. Okay, we would have to double check on that, because this reel was actually ordered before the. Y'all ordered this before the price increase, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna have to double check that and see what it is. But it's gonna be a while, guys, because I'm doing this reel and gonna do the other reel, which is an MXJ model, and yep, it's the next size up kind of deal. yes, bright color line, it does make it very seeable at night. The only thing is, we didn't have a gold in the 60-pound hollow core, so we couldn't go that route. Otherwise, I would have gone gold to gold and kept it all the way through. We're setting it up, John Holiday. We will. I got you some prices coming in today for those reels that you were requesting, and most definitely. We've also done the Iron Man colors or flash with red and gold, which was also for another one of our customers, and he picked those up. Those came out pretty wild too, because we had the red line and gold line to be put on the reels, and they were big enough. They were the LXs, so he was able to go all the way through with those colors. So it came out very nice. Saying that's 40-pound Cortland going over doubled up 100-pound Cortland as well right there, guys. So that kind of gives you an idea for those that have been asking, you know, will 80-pound mono or, you know, 60-pound mono go into that 40 or 60, you know, and stuff like that. So that should give you a clear example right there. This Cortland is very awesome braid to work with, so I love it working with it. And get it spooled up. I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see the color lay too. Had to go slow there because I still had all the slack from when I was tying the knot, or the splice, should I say. Ah, that looks so beautiful. You can go one more round. Beautiful. That looks awesome. Can y'all see it or not? Yeah, let me zoom out a little bit. There you go, guys. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yep. I haven't given him that. We're talking about the price, and he's talking about selling a kidney just so he can get the reel. Right. Oh, take a break to take another break out of the bank account. That's what you did. Oh, the comments these guys put on there is funny. He's like, why do I have to take a break? Yep. Are y'all in a hurry? Or? Okay, so I can pull his up on the same video feed before I go pull it off of here and then have to redo it. Alright, then I can show them. Go ahead. Show us around. Y'all pay for it. So this is the MXJ model, guys, which is the next size bigger, but it's got the same width as that SX Raptor, pretty much. Let's see. At minimum 12 inches on each side if you're going to do a hollow core to hollow core splice. So, and oh man, I think he wanted 80-pound all the way through for his. Remember? Yeah, no, I got some 80 right here, and got more 80 over here. Just, I'm trying to remember exactly what he was saying. I was hoping he would chime in and stuff like that, but David is probably not awake, or probably is. He's probably out in the bush waiting, is it hunting season yet? Not yet?
No,
Oh, okay.
Probably asleep.
Mm.
I know he was going out of town.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, this one's really nice, guys. Look at that. Yep. And I should have wrote down the information when I was talking to him, but I was like, oh, it's tomorrow. I'll remember.
He answered me.
Oh, sweet.
Hey, I'm here at Hard Life. He wants to know what did you want on your reel for the line.
Color line.
It's Albert. He doesn't remember them. He said you were gonna put 40 and then top shot of 80 or 100.
Okay, so
What colors though?
we got blue and 40 and red and 80.
Okay, because on Charlie's I did it blue and gold, and it looks nice. Okay. If you don't have the 40, then you can do the 60, he said.
I don't have any 60 right now in those
Oh,
colors.
you don't have no 60. You got the 40?
I got 40 in blue,
He's got the 40 in blue,
and then I can do the gold or red on top.
and then he can do the gold or red on top. Okay, he said either one that looks pretty good on it.
Okay. Well, do we have to spool it up and test it?
He's out, do we have to spool it up and test it? Or what? Because he's on live right now, he's doing the video, so. He was hoping for you to get on, but.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So, I'll just pick it up for you then. Alright, bye.
Even then, blue, leave it blue into blue. And when I go to the other blue, go with the tight line because it's a little darker than the Cortland. You know what I mean? I think.
You don't think it'll be too much blue though?
Well, it's either that or gold. I mean, we're stuck with red,
I
gold,
think
or
the
yellow.
gold looks pretty.
Yeah.
You want to go with gold?
I think-
Okay. 2-1.
Yeah.
They got 2-1. We'll take that vote. Let's see.
That way him and his uncle can have the match.
Right.
Except one will be bigger than the other.
Yep. Let's see. She will be fine with it. These guys' comments. Yeah. Well, at least they know your size. It's avet. That's so good. The we would have to build one. I think we're gonna have to build some Superman and some Marvel
Yeah,
comic rods and stuff. We had an Iron Man shark rod built a while back.
Really?
I think I still have the video of it.
What Dad wanted for his grill, right?
This one's sitting on that.
Little Superman.
Yeah, you gotta think about, definitely, so they can go with
The reels. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to talk to my rod builders as soon as we get caught up. Make some of those. Because we got one guy on here who wants the Joker colors, and I know we can get that done too. So, yeah.
You need to make a Wonder Woman for the girls too, like for,
Yeah?
we can get our,
Oh yeah. I know some guys who'd want a Wonder Woman rod too. Yep. They'll be saying, "Don't be touching my girl." How you doing, guys? Sorry I haven't called everybody out by their names, but I've been kind of concentrating on the spooling and splicing over here. And let me go and get y'all zoomed in on this. Oh, look how beautiful that line is sitting. So I like the hollow core, guys. It really does just lay perfectly on the reel without me even really trying to make it happen.
What? Take a picture of it. This one?
Alright, that's 360 right there. And man, I didn't look down for the line capacity on that one. But I'm pretty sure they're right in the same ballpark. Yes, we're again putting the top shot of the 100-pound and the Cortland hollow core because it is the gold, so we can kind of offset it a bit. Let's see. Yep, we can definitely get that set up. What's up, Daniel? How you doing, Papa? No, we can still do that. We're still putting together our list because we got a few other subs that want to place a special order for those other reels that aren't available. So we are still working on that, and it's definitely still, we can still work that for you, boss. That's it, I quit. Yeah, 371 yards on this one. I want to say on yours I probably got like right at 350 total, so that ain't too much of a difference between that size of reel and this one.
It ain't mine, but
Yeah.
I should claim it.
Right?
It's nice.
Yes, we do. Light action, flounder, trout rods and stuff like that? He sure can. And we got several guys that actually build them, and yes, all of them are experienced at building light tackle as well. So. All right, Jacob, be careful out there on your drive, boss. We'll see you in a bit. So. Yep. Now on the X-Men though, do you go with the original comic colors like Wolverine for black and yellow, or do you go with the new X-Men colors where they're
How would you do the Spider-Man?
the
Black, red, and blue.
does he have blue on this? Yeah, he does, right? Yeah. Black, red, and blue. Red, blue, and silver too, probably.
Because my nephew was really into Spider-Man.
Oh, that would be sweet. I was just kind of thinking of that right now, you know, getting a whole bunch of reels and, you know, mixing up the colors to try to create that series and stuff like that. But that's gonna be expensive. That'll be up there. So. Yeah, let me show the guys what they look like side by side. All right. There are the two reels done up with the gold. That's an SX Raptor, guys, and that's an MXJ Raptor as well. So very, very cool right there, guys. Yeah. All right. Well, if y'all will stand by for a second, guys, I will continue being live. I just go and get them sorted on. Well, I got to get them. If I can find the holder over here, put down the phone. Here we go. That's the one. Yeah. Yes, sir. These reels look pretty awesome. I'm also trying to clean up my desk over here. I've been organizing and working on it for a few hours today. Oh, I left my phone over there. Look. All right, John, let's see. This is what I was slacking off work today. There you go. Yep. All right, guys, it is Saturday. I'm building a whole bunch of leaders. I guess I only caught my head in the video there for a minute. I'm gonna go and finish off their paperwork. I know I brought his reel over here. Yeah, I need to go make me some coffee. All right. And originally when we set this up, we didn't charge y'all for the braid, right? For the reel? When we did this, it was just the reel by itself?
What do you mean? For the line, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Whenever y'all are ready. No rush, y'all. Do y'all shopping. Ooh. Hey, did David say you wanted to go let you pick it up for him, or?
Yeah. Yeah, because he said he had to go to Kerrville.
Okay. And are you gonna pay the line, or is he just gonna get to deal with this? 'Cause I'm good with him. I can trust him. So. All right, but I do need you to sign for both of them that you are picking them up.
Which one's that? This one?
All right. So that one's for David's reel, and then the second sheet is for your reel.
And how much is this one?
80. It was 95, so it comes out to 103.38, and his is 101.59.
Oh, I like this one more. Yeah, for me.
Well, you know what? How much is for both of them?
213.35.
Yeah, I'll just pay both of them.
Okay.
And then he can just pay my husband.
Yep. 1, 2, 15.
Yeah, the receipt that way.
You'll have to email it or text it. Right there.
That's for both of them?
Yes. All right. And I'm out of change. I owe you 6 cents.
Sorry. Babe, I paid for Virgil's line, so that way he can just give to you whenever he gets there. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was like, both of them were like 101 something. Okay. You're cool? Oh, okay. Yeah, he said he's thinking about he might make some to match the reels, like the Spider-Man and stuff like that.
And
But it'll
actually,
take a while for them to be done, but
it'll be about 3 weeks to a month from now.
oh yeah.
And actually, if he pre-orders it, then it guarantees that y'all get it. But if somebody comes behind you, which it always happens, oh, I'll be back after lunch, it gets sold out right there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
He said that if you do want to match your reel, you can pre-order it and he'll have it made like the same as Superman. It'll be a Superman reel.
Yep.
Rainbow.
How much are they?
$541.24.
541.24. Huh? Yeah, he's got to send it to get made. Okay. On what? I know that, but on what? Oh, okay. Right. I'm gonna, can I put 100 towards it and then, he'll come during this week and then pay the rest up?
That's fine.
That way you can get it started working.
All right. Let me get y'all's paperwork
What
real
about
quick.
the other one?
Are you still gonna come and get another one for the meeting?
Oh, okay. He's gonna do that
All
one.
right. If you'll do me a favor, first, last name, phone number, and then I'll put today's date and all of that information. I just don't want to ask all of that while I'm live. All right, guys. So, oh man, sorry, but we're getting stuff done and stuff like that, and y'all can see behind me. I've been busy. A lot of leaders and crimping of all different kinds. Have been shark leaders, big black drum leaders, redfish leaders, and stuff like that. Just getting after it, building a whole assortment of stuff because we need them for our wall, but also too, I'm still filling some orders and definitely want to get them sorted. And you said 100 today?
Mm-hmm.
Cash or card?
I'm gonna do a card.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, does it have the Bluetooth on there?
Yeah, no, it's got the.
Oh, okay. There you go. You'll sign right there, and then you can email a receipt or text a receipt, same thing. And I'm thinking to go with a Vexen rod because it's already blue, and then he can add the red and gold on there. Because if we go with the tackle industry, then I'll have black, and black really don't have
Oh,
nothing to do with the
yeah.
Superman. Now, do you know if he'd want a 2-piece or 1-piece? You can decide later. Like I said, I'm not going to meet with my guys till next week or whatever. He can decide when he comes in.
Look
So.
at that.
Like, what do you mean, like the?
That's a super.
Oh wow.
Um, the 2-piece we have are like this. Thinking he might go with 1-piece, but I'm gonna have to ask. So we got what they call a 70-30 split.
Oh yeah.
But
What is the other ones that you bought for me? Remember we bought those two blue ones when I got my couple off the avet and then you got that.
Yeah. If not, he can decide when he gets here. There's no rush on that. It's just something I gotta ask since we're building a custom rod. All right, so most of the leaders that when we do make them in-house, it's regular monofilament, either, obviously, we use high abrasion, high impact test lines that we do choose to use. Very rarely do we use an all fluorocarbon leader out here. The reason being because a lot of people don't want to pay fluorocarbon price for a lot of that mono that comes through. Now we have customers that have specifically asked for those. We give them the quote of the line and build the leaders, you know, in that respect using that line, but only with their approval. Like I said, it's sometimes depending on which fluorocarbon they want to go with. Some are real specific on which one they use and which color fluorocarbon line, because you have clear, you got the pink color fluorocarbon as well, and some are like real specific to that. So I mean, obviously if you're going to pay that, you can be. So yeah, we don't do the fluorocarbon because of that reason. So we build leaders to where everybody can pretty much afford them and still be able to put a lot of abuse into them. So we're definitely rocking and rolling with that. And
These are the one piece.
one piece, okay?
Do you do repairs on the poles too?
Yes.
Because I accidentally cracked this.
Crackers.
Cracked where?
Well, because we had it in the car and I accidentally at nighttime didn't pay attention to the window.
Windows?
And I did his and I went,
How far down?
I don't know. We'd probably have to bring it so you can look at it.
Yes. Most of the time when it's broken or cracked toward the tip, you just have to cut it there and put a new guide there. That's all you can do. You can't really fix that whole top end. I've seen videos where they fix rods, you know, on the top end, but they're a lot thicker. They have room to play with and do what they need to do to fill it, sand it, fill it, sand it. And yeah, it's a whole process. We haven't done any of that. But yeah, I need to see it, especially if it's cracked, to see how far the crack went down. If it's just right there and it's just cracked, we can normally just cut right there and put a tip on it. And
But
it
if
shouldn't be
it's
too
cracked all the way down, then
much. It's
right in
trashed. Yeah.
there. Okay.
Yeah, if the rod is split all the way down, it's done.
No, I don't think it's that bad. It's
No,
just
not that.
I mean, I caught it. I mean, I put it down already, but yeah, I accidentally.
Okay. Yeah, no, if it's
And
towards
you
the
got
tip,
mad.
normally we just cut it right there and put a new tip on it. And normally for stuff like that, it's whatever the tip costs and
Okay.
stuff like that. So it's very reasonable.
Okay. Alrighty.
All
Well,
right.
thank you.
Yep.
See
Y'all have a
you
good
next
one. Be
week.
careful with that stuff falling from the sky.
Bye.
Yeah. Building that file back up for our Team Hard Life rods, guys. Like I said, we're still sitting right at about 7 rods that need to be completed to be caught up. Then soon after that, what we're doing is I'm seriously contemplating getting some rods made up that are a good theme for everything else that we're doing, you know, with like movies and stuff. You know, we've done some Iron Man, we've done some Incredible Hulk themes and stuff like that. So I think it'd be real cool. So definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, so I went through on my desk earlier and I started lighting all the sleeves and swivels and everything else up, you know, for what I needed to be done over here. Trying to get it all sorted. Yep. Yeah, and I've seen where actually rods have split, you know, and gone up the whole rod. The butt caps, guys, what a lot of people don't realize on those butt caps is it saves your fishing rod. So a lot of times what you're doing is you get it up right and then you drop it to the floor like that. But what it's doing is, you know, the shaft of the base of the rod is there, and if you're dropping it right on there, you keep doing it enough, maybe a rock will catch it perfectly and it's going to split that fishing rod from the bottom up. I actually learned that the hard way with my fishing rods. I was fishing with a couple of them without the butt cap on there for a while because I just got tired of replacing them. Well, it ended up costing me on my 553 Harrington. I noticed one day that it looked odd, so I looked at it and I could see that the shaft on the toward the bottom end was cracked. So I took it to my rod builder and you know, he peeled off the foam and stuff, and we thought it was only a few inches. Well, no, it actually had cracked all the way up to just underneath the reel seat on that fishing rod. So what I did was I was like, man, I said, what can we do to save it? And he's like, well, we can just put, leave this reel seat on here as a ferrule and put a bigger ferrule on and just leave it permanently. So we changed that rod from a 10-foot rod to actually a 10.5 foot because it was built for shark fishing with, big reels. It was a 553 Harrington, and they built it originally to, with the gimbal on the bottom and stuff like that to have big shark reels on it. So it went from 10 foot to 10.5 foot because the gimbal that we put on it, it was 18 inches. So we lost 12, but we added 6 basically. So, but it did work out in that sense. But I just figured it'd be some good knowledge to share with y'all about those butt caps. They do have an important role on your fishing rod. So just want y'all to be aware of that. And which is pretty cool because too, it's something that can cost you, and it's real cheap to maintain, guys. I got pretty angry. I got tired of losing them and stuff like that. So just glue them on and you'll be good to go. The reason why we didn't originally glue them on is because we used to leave them off or on there but not glued, was because if a rod got stolen, we would normally slip our phone number and stuff like that into the base of the rod, and that way if it got stolen, we could prove that it was ours by finding that piece of paper with our name and info on it. So that's kind of the reason why we did that. So. Let's see. Thank you. Yes, sir. Definitely and do our part to get things right and sorted. Now, a little heads up on the video from yesterday. The customer is going to send the reels back so we can check out and see if my theory is kind of correct with the line, and we're going to try a different test line. No, same test line, but with a different company. And the same company, we're going to use the white line of the Cortland to fill the reel back up and see if we can get an improved test line or improved distance on it, and see if the coating does have something to play with it. Now, we're also going to have to ship back a piece of that braid to Cortland, so that way they can run their own tests as well. And they've been on it. A while back, y'all saw a video where we were spooling some of the Cortland on, and it had some blobs of coloring on the spool itself. And he told us it was from the eyelet, and kind of the same way with our fingers over here. After so much line passes through there, it builds up, coloring on it. So what ends up happening is that coloring transfers to the spool, and so they're going to basically put out a word to the guys that are doing the spooling to keep an eye on that, to keep it clean, so that way no excess coloring transfers over to the spool to where we have to deal with it over here on the tail end, or our customers that end up buying those bigger spools from us and stuff like that. So just a heads up on that. Yep, true that. So, and yes, for the reel, we do sell them like that. That's why they purchased those reels from us. It took a little while because with everything going on with Avet, we can now. Here's a little way to circumvent the process. Excuse me. If, like the Superman, it has 3 colors that go into the reel. If we have 3 colors of reels, or 3 of those colors that are needed to make that reel, then we can make it happen here in-house. But that's going to be the thing. How long are we going to sit on the other 2 if we do make that happen? We can do the labor. If you purchase all 3 reels, and we'll do the labor to switch over the parts if we purchase all 3 reels. That way we're not sitting on all 3 reels at the same time. Because like I said, they look awesome. I got a few people that are interested, but to actually get them sold off. Now, if we were to get 3 people to say, hey, I would like, one of those, or another person, and y'all 3 work together, then I would still roll that deal to where, we intermix the parts between the 3 reels, and y'all would get 1 reel apiece, and they would all be different because you can't have, the same exact part on all 3 reels, be like that. So I don't know. It's just food for thought, guys. If y'all, we can work it out like that. You get 3 of y'all that want a Superman. Well, then I'll order the rails, but they also have to be the same size, same stuff. You know, everything. They have to be Raptor, or they all have to be one style. I cannot mix, you know, a single speed to a Raptor to a single a G2. See what I'm saying? So, no, they do not have the same issues as Portland does on the coloring, because they have a different coloring setup. Their braids are actually pre-colored before they actually get weaved together, and I have a video on our channel that actually shows y'all about that, how they did that on there. So just a food for thought to scope that out, and you can see how they actually did it, because I went behind the scenes. All right, guys, I need to go get a coffee. I need coffee. I'll be right back. Let me go see if we have it already set up there. Grab this one. I don't like yawning, especially with all of y'all that are following along. It's most contagious, very, very contagious. So, all right. Just slide over here. Oh, there's already some. Need to heat it back up. That's for sure. Yeah, no, it actually is. Just be real careful. Be sure to check out the weather reports for your area. On my phone, I have what is an app called Radar, or My Radar. It's that one right there, and I rely on that one religiously. As let me go and get that out of there. And it gives us up-to-date radar of what's going on, and that has saved us so many times while we're out there fishing, because I can see the storms brewing and or coming in, and or you know, if a wind changes, I can look on there real quick, and it really can make the difference of having a good trip or a bad trip. But also, you know, checking out some weather forecasts, you definitely want to ensure you're good to go on that, because fishing rods are lightning rods, guys. You know, they will conduct lightning fluid. So very careful. That, and also too, if you're on a small craft and you know some weather's coming in, don't take any chances. Please wear your vest, guys. I actually went up to the lake that other fishing tournament, and we got there, and my wife was telling me that a guy had died at the lake from, you know, waiting or whatever, and I don't know, it was a bad weekend for a family out there, and our prayers go out to them. But yeah, no, just when there's a lot of inclement weather, guys, it's better to be safe than sorry. So. All right, now to get back on the channel. Yep, I heard Live Croaker's been doing really well at the channel there. I've actually been there one night when the croaker were rolling through, and you can hear them from outside of the water. They were just raw right there. It was awesome. So I threw a cast net, caught me croaker, and then tossed it out of, you know, maybe 10 feet past him, and started hooking up redfish and stuff like that. How you doing, boss?
All right, how are you?
Doing all right. Just live on my channel, talking to my subs. What can I do for you?
I just saw you and had never been here. Thought I'd come by and see what you had.
Oh, awesome.
Never know when I might find something I can't live without.
Right. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But if you hear me talking, you know, it's because I'm talking to them. So. Byron, you do have our number here, or my cell phone number. Can you please text me that info? Because once I get off of here, you know, I'm might not be able to find it that easily to get back to that comment. And I'll definitely look into that. Now, oh, so you want two different colors. I thought you were wanting me to mix the two colors. But yeah, if we do that, there's going to be an added cost because it's got to come directly from Avet to have the reels set up that way, which is something we can still do. Like I said, it's just I would have to get with them to find out how much they're intending on charging for the size of reel. Oh, you just beat the rain. That's not what it was?
Just barely.
Right? Let's see. Oh, man, those reels came out looking nice. That's pretty cool. I got to place an order for braid too. I'm definitely looking at all of that. Want to get more of the tight line in here as well. You know, we love carrying Cortland and stuff, but tight line is offering an assortment of colors right now that we cannot get through Cortland, so we're going to definitely go with that. And I want y'all to remember too that it's not the braid company that I was having a lot of trouble with. This is the company that I actually went to their shop and saw them manufacturing the braid from scratch, and then he taught us a whole bunch of knowledge. I did some videos of from their actual warehouse, you know, working when they were doing that, and you know, he taught us a bunch of knowledge, which was awesome. Seen anything you like?
Well, not in particular. I'm mostly wade fish for redfish.
Oh, okay.
Kayak to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you're mostly surf and shark and stuff.
Well,
Something I've never tried.
we do bait fishing too, but not really throwing lures. You primarily throw lures or live bait.
Generally lures. I'll use live bait when lures aren't working, but generally lures.
Yeah, that's been a game changer for me right there, because when I throw my bait out, I've learned how the fish have stolen my bait, and it's crazy. I had a blue crab literally come up and just attack the mullet, and he pulled like twice, and then you see him just like look over like this, grab the hook, pull the hook right out, and just like drop the hook like that and then swim away.
That wasn't his first time, huh?
Oh, it definitely wasn't his first rodeo, that's for sure. It was a big blue crab too.
That's interesting.
I've got video where shrimp were coming up and attacking the bait too. Big prawns were coming up and trying to eat mantis shrimp. So yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
That's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. And from there, I actually changed up different styles of fishing too. You know, black drum coming up and sucking the meat right out of the shell and stuff like that. That was pretty interesting for us.
I've had that kind of stuff happen plenty, but you know, knowing how it is, you know, seeing it's something else entirely.
Yeah, and for me, that's when I started changing up the way I was actually hooking my bait onto the hook when I'm using that particular type of bait as well, and that's when I started increasing my catch ratios as well. Uh, 10-pound braid, I've got it in spider wire. I've got 10, 15, 20, I think is what it have up there. And that comes in the 300-yard increments right there, and it's in the moss green color and stuff.
What you getting on those?
$4.99. We got some Bagleys up there as well. Bagley spoons. Got some of those over there on the right side underneath the chatterweights. Roger that, Byron. Definitely take that. Yeah. Yeah. These guys are funny. I was talking about needing coffee, and he's like, mine's like an IV. It's always there. $10.80, boss. And I can put it in a small bag for you as well.
That's all right, I don't need a bag, you say it.
Oh, okay. And I don't have no pennies.
That's where we're close enough.
I owe you 20 cents, boss.
We'll catch you next time, man. No big.
Awesome.
I throw spoons like you got a lot of off the jetties for jacks sometimes.
Mhm. Yeah, I've got the 2 and 3 ounce silver ones right there by your knees too. So I leave them in the big packs like that because a lot of the guys come up and just grab the
That's
whole.
me, I'll buy them. I usually get mine over on the island, and I'll give me a discount if I buy a whole card. And just the way you go through them, ain't any reason not to.
Right, right. Yeah, no, actually there are YouTube sponsors for my YouTube channel, and they actually donated 4 groups of 4 spoons that are winners that went through my 20,000 subscriber giveaway.
Cool.
So yeah, that's a lot of lures, and pretty much every tournament that we do go into, they have really stepped up and helped us out by donating a bunch of lures and stuff like that. So
I hope you have a great day, sir.
you too, be careful out there with the weather.
I'll do that.
So, alright guys, I need to go get another big old batch of hooks. I think I'm out for the size I really do need. Give me just a second real quick. Hard Life's Baby Tackle. Yes, we do. Well, you got to be more specific. Are you talking banks? You talking cannonball? You talking surf weights? Pound and a half. I don't have any on hand, but it would be a little while for us to heat up the lead and get it. Yeah, I got 1 pounders and 1 1/4 pounders on hand. The pounders are $8.25. The 1 1/4s are $9.25. Yeah, we're gonna be open till about 6 or 7. Okay, boss. Bye bye. All right. Let's see. I saw a question here. I'm brave for my shirt. About 4 of us. 5 pound. Let me check. I don't think I have that. I have 10 pound, 15, and 30 pound are my smallest braids that I have right there. For our braid right there, we start out at 25 cents a yard for 40 pound, 26 cents a yard for 60 pound, 27 cents a yard for 80 pound, 29 cents a yard for 30 pound, 31 cents a yard for 130 pound, and then 200 pound test, I think it's 35 cents a yard. I have to double check that, 34 or something like that. It's not too far off from there, so. Need a list of colors available in 100 pound braid. Ooh. I've got gold, blue, chartreuse, white. I can get on hand, or what I can get. Another question. I've heard some about Jay braid. I have not had the opportunity to experience that braid myself. Or no, not Jay braid, P-line. P-line is the one that I've heard something about. Jay braid, I've seen it, but I haven't really had a chance to deal with it or anything like that. What's up, Mike?
I was curious what that check that Tony picked up, what the amount was for. They're trying to screw me out of some money, that's all.
Well, I'm kind of live on the channel, Wells, and that's something that I wouldn't talk about on. Yeah, yeah.
Just because I think I owed her 3, and I think it was $350. And if it's so, because she's hit me up this month, and I ain't even living there right now. I've been in Houston, and I'm trying to transfer that over. So I'll just call you later.
Yeah,
for the amount. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he didn't take a picture or anything of it for me, and I came to get all my poles out and stuff. And they're like trying to take all of what I got, and I'm like, I owe everybody. But I'll call you.
Yeah, call me, boss.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. One of our workers that got a job elsewhere, and yeah, it's been a while. Well, I gotta go look for a check now. So.
Hey, did I get a check?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I go cash out real quick? I gotta make a payment at the pawn shop. Yeah.
Here you go.
They close at 5. I just don't want to be.
There you go. Make sure to clock out.
Yeah. Hey, you smell like cigarettes.
Do what?
What's his name? Mike? You smell like cigarettes.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'll be good.
Okay, why do you use, I'm live. Why do you use Jay braid if you know it's so fragile? That's the other thing too. That's another reason why, like the braids that I fish with, I look for the long life of the line. If it's gonna last me and offset the cost of my long-term life, then that's why I go with it. So, okay. Yeah, and that, you know, you can't really fault a line when you got to also take into consideration the thinness of what you're working. That's just, you know, kind of something you got to take. You're taking in the good with the bad. You know, the line is that small, so it really does not have a lot of abrasion resistance. So now, take the lines that I'm telling everybody about and the size of weight class that we're putting on these reels. A lot of people that are new to the channel ask, why do we, you know, sell 80 pound or 100 pound test line to reels that don't have that kind of drag on them? Well, what goes back to this scenario right here is, you know, y'all are using these lines that are real thin in weight class. So any little notch or cut or a fray of the braid, it structurally damages the line, and it does not hold the same weight class, so it gives really easily. So for us, by doing the heavier weight class of lines like that, it's still in reference to those guys that use monofilament in 20-pound, 30-pound test. Because if you think about it, 100-pound braid is 20-pound mono diameter. So when you're thinking about that and you're applying it to your line and reels, yes, I understand y'all like to work with real lightweight classes of line and stuff like that when you're lure fishing because of the size of reel you're going with. And that's going to be something that really cannot be remedied because they don't have hollow core braids in those lighter classes of line. But I've also learned too that with hollow core braids, they've got to have the amount of strands to be able to open up and basket, you know, or wrap around, excuse me, the other braid or mono you're trying to take in. And so in doing that, they have to have a certain amount of carriers, which is at minimum is 12 to be able to make it work. Now, in doing that, I've also learned too that trying to create the light test line like that, they're still in the same diameters as the heavier class line, say 40 pound. Like if they wanted to make a 20 pound, it would still be as thick as 40 pound just because of the amount of carriers and stuff like that that they have to have in order to make it. And there was some more info. I don't remember all exactly because we were bouncing from one subject to another while discussing that option to try to create lighter class lines for a hollow core. So that was one of the things that was addressed on there. But at the same time too, you know, when you're dealing with a solid braid, that's kind of where you're at, and then you're always going to eat through the line. You're always going to have to replace the line. So that's where a lot of those guys will invert their line. When they have a lot of frays on the top end, they'll strip it down, flip it over, and put the messed up end towards the spool, the base of the spool, and then the good line that was in the center of their spool toward the outer end. And that's how they can kind of get more life out of the line without any knots. But eventually they end up having to cut it all off and throwing it away. And that's where the whole cost replacement starts to go up. I mean, yes, they're kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place of wanting to deal with light test lines and not being able to have, you know, another alternative. Because if they try going with light mono, oh, that's really going to be, you know, yeah. So, no worries, Jacob. You know we'll be here, ready for that. So, yeah, I know Jacob's up there wetting some lines as well. And yeah, it definitely would be nice to get you back down here soon. You know, I don't know if you'll be able to handle the heat anymore since you've been away from it so long. Right now what I'm doing is I'm using some bigger size hooks because I'm jumping from my 5-footers to my 6-footers, and I'm using two different sizes of hooks right there, as you can tell. The 5-footers on the smaller hook and the 6-footers over here on the bigger hook. Depending on which companies, this one can be a 12, 13, or 14. And this will be 13, 14, or 15, depending on which company it comes from. Like I said, I've got a couple of companies that I'm dealing with and getting these hooks, and they have to roll different sizes like that so that way they don't get hit with copyrights or anything like that on building their tackle. I was just double checking because a few of these I got ahead of myself and I'd already put the sleeves on it, and I hadn't crimped it yet. So. Yes, you did, Robbie. Actually, hold on. I am here, but I'm the only one here, so nobody else is going to answer the phone but me. Jeff is off this weekend. So yeah, if you can call the shop at 361-334-2171 on Monday, and we can get you sorted on your prize. Because right now I'm cleaning off all the fishing. I cut so much tackle getting ordered ready for these orders. I've pretty much caught up. But what I want to do now is clean off my countertop. But I don't want to just stow it. I want to put it up on the wall and get it going. That's for sure. So. No, that was one of those things. I guess I'd left some up here and did not follow through with getting them crimped up from walking to the back. I appreciate that, Robbie. Yeah. Ah, that's some good coffee. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Robbie, Jacked Up Leatherworks is our sponsor that has donated for the 20K giveaway and created the custom wallet. Now, he is available to make you a sheath if you get with him and work out the price on how much it would be and stuff like that. What I would like to do is, if you are that's your prize, to confirm, you know what, let me do that. I gotta do that so that way I can ship this out Monday. Let me pull the prices up. I got to thinking about that. This is something I gotta get done. Give me a second. Hurry because I got some customers I think I may have given it to my son. How you doing? Never mind. Thanks. Alright guys, I'm live on my channel, so if y'all hear me speaking to myself, it's because I'm on the channel. Alright, so yes, Robbie Luna, you have won a knife on here. And let's see. Yeah, it's item number 27. So you get to pick from one of these two custom fillet knives right there. You get to pick which color you want, and we can go from there. Still nothing from the fourth guy on the yeah, they're really sharp knives and stuff like that, guys. So, all right, Jacob, now you know that you're going to be expecting the blue or green, however you want to say it, because the other one's white. So, yeah, and now that y'all two are together and the other one is together, that means we can send them off on Monday. So, be expecting a package. I'll send you a tracking number as soon as I get that. Let me deal with this customer. How can I help you?
Do you have any shrimp by any chance?
No, I don't have any shrimp right now, boss.
Gotcha. Okay.
Where are you going to go fishing at?
By that Waterburger by the bay.
By the Harbor Bridge?
I think so. I'm not really from around here, but they told me there's like a fishing pier next to it. But I'm just looking for some bait.
What I would highly recommend is fish bites, because once you put it on, you can get a lot of casts and fish off of one piece of bait. compared
Okay.
to shrimp where it'll be done in a few seconds kind of deal.
Gotcha.
Or you fling it off the hook and stuff like that. And so I would
Okay.
highly recommend that one.
That's fine. I'll take some.
All right. 1 or 2 colors.
Just give me 2. That's fine.
All right. And I'm assuming you found us through Google search.
Yeah.
All right. I'm actually live on my YouTube channel, and as you can tell, I put out a lot of knowledge on there and stuff like that. So I highly encourage you to subscribe and check it out.
All right.
I teach different tactics with the fish bites on how to use them, where to use it, and stuff like that too. So.
Okay.
And you're at $17.30, and you only need a small piece. You don't really need to use a whole lot. Like there's some samples right here of what these are actual leaders that I've used because we
Oh,
manufacture fishing tackle, and since we supply other top shops with the gear, we got to have the gear that works. You know what I mean? So
Gotcha.
you can email or text or no receipt, and you are good to go.
Alrighty. Have a good day, sir.
Yes, sir. You have a good one. You that just called, huh?
Oh, yeah. Try to get some good weights.
Yeah.
That's a 5.5 foot?
9 1/4. Well, yeah, no, we had some lead that came in that was real clean. So it weighed out to 1.5 pounds. So yeah,
9 pounds?
I forgot about those. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because my buddy was like, pick up some pound weights, and cause I always use 8 ounces for the surf.
Mhm.
He was all like, oh, we need the 1.5 pounds, and I was like, I
Yeah.
think it's more about the leg gauge.
It's both. The weight is what brings it down to the bottom of the floor quicker, so that way it doesn't catch the current. You see what I'm saying? And then 2, the legs stick and grab is what it helps with. So
And you bend them out, or you just
the same way I do with
Straight up?
surf weight. I had a sample up here, but like I said, I started cleaning my gear. Now I can't find anything. Right here, similar to this one. Just like that. You put them in 90 degrees like that, and then bend up the end about 1 inch or half,
oh, okay.
And then 2, to make them grab a little more, you angle them up like that, and they really stick. But if you just come out and do them like that, they stick really good too, but
better if you do it
yeah,
like that?
yeah, to bend them up some and go like that. All
Yeah,
right.
because that's the thing, when we drop them and then you just see the line go like that. I try to reel in real fast to get that line tight,
Yeah.
but just sometimes it's
Are you using braid or mono?
braid,
Braid. So yeah, single speed or 2 speeds.
2 speed.
Drop it down in gear and crank on it, and then stop and then crank again. You can't just keep cranking, because what you do is you'll break the weight loose. You gotta get it tight, and then you'll let the line slack, and then you just keep cranking on it. But don't do it all at one time. It's gonna break the weight loose, because what it's doing, you're trying to pull through all that water. It's water weight. You got to let it kind of catch up, and then it'll slack up a little bit, and then you reel again, and then you got to work it a little at a time. It can't be
So just drop it and just let it wait. Like,
no. As soon as you drop it, you can start cranking. You know what I mean? As soon as you
Low
know it's
gear?
done, yeah, it's to crank on it, and you'll see it eating up, and then you'll see it slow down. But don't keep cranking, because now it's fighting all that weight of the line to get to you.
Yeah.
So you got to give it, crank some, and then stop a little bit. You'll see the rod come up, and then you crank down again, to where it's right there, and then stop, and then just watch the rod. If it's bowed over like this, don't keep cranking, because you're gonna break your surf weight loose. Let the rod bow back up, and when it bows back up, then you crank back down on it. That's the best way I can describe it. To bring in your line and get the bow out without breaking your weight loose. 42-22, boss. And I'm out of pennies, boss. I owe you 3.
Don't worry about it. Appreciate it.
There you go.
Have a good day.
And yep, and good luck out there, man. Y'all be safe.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right. Green fillet line. Yeah. No, they won't, but I'm glad I got some guys that are on it. Good job, guys. Yep. John Holliday's been waiting to be sniping on some people like that for a while. I know I saw that comment earlier. So, yeah, I wish we could charge them. If they want to, sit there and post on my channel you know, that they want us, they should, you know, pay us like a monthly fee, or every time they post up, charge something. I'd turn around and I'd hook our customers, you know, our subscribers with that to bring more giveaways. Yep, bring on the spammers. Let them have it at that point. I'll be giving away all kinds of free gear. So. Yes, sir. John's on it. Yes, sir. Yeah. All right. Yeah, most definitely. Stuff like that, there should be a way that, you know, we get compensated, because, man, it takes time out of our day to get them off of there. You know? So now if they were to sit there and, you know, sponsor X amount of product or monies to our channel to allow that kind of advertisement, and yeah, you definitely got to get on it. Yep. Yeah, I see it too, where you timed them out for 300 seconds. And I guess it gets further and further every time they get timed out or whatever. So. There you go. Yep, yep. I did see the other day on another YouTube channel where she was showing knots, and she was inserting the braid this way into the hook, and I was like, oopsie. But you know, I didn't want to be that guy to correct her on it and stuff like that. So, especially, I mean, they've earned their spot at, you know, how many subscribers they do have on there and stuff like that. But there's other ones that I really have to, and like I said, there was one guy who was showing people how to tie braid to a spool, and it was totally wrong and set them up for failure. I did mention on there, and I also posted some of my links in my videos showing how to properly do that, so that way they could do something like that. Yes, sir. For sure that way. You know. And I don't know if a lot of people really understand how, you know, certain gear is supposed to work as well, you know, especially like our sleeves and how we're crimping them and stuff like that. That's another thing too, man. People get real, they get all up in arms about it and stuff, you know, and, you know, it's because they've worked it so long and it works for them, but also too, you don't have the insight of how they actually fish it and stuff like that. And for me, I show y'all how I fish it, how hard I am on my gear, and, you know, the extremes that we put our tackle through. And yeah, every hook can hook a fish, and every knot can land a fish, depending on how much drag you put on them and stuff like that. For me, I'm all about numbers, and numbers work both for you and against you. The numbers are too big during the fight, then it can cost you the fight, because you can lose the fish. And for me, tournament fishing it's all about the release of the fish or shark. But also too, at the same time, it can work against you too, because the longer you fight a fish, you can lose it. You got to remember, there's so many other salty toothies out there, or other things to get cut off on. It's like winning the lottery for sure. So you got to be ready for that note. That was one of the things I had a discussion with another subscriber about, how he was talking about how expensive the hollow core braid is, and it keeps getting cut off mainly during the fight. And I was like, well, you got to remember, you know, that line is going left, and it's going right, it's going up, it's going down, depending on what that fish is doing. And if there's any other fish that are tailing him, or he runs through a school of fish that have nothing to do with the fight, that are just out there in a feeding frenzy, the line will get cut off. I mean, there's just too many variables out there, you know. And that's why I said, when you land a fish, man, go play the lottery, because you just won it too, you know. So, and what I'm doing too is, when I'm going through these sleeves, I'm actually finding some of a different size. A lot of that has to do when guys here are cleaning up or whatever, they don't pay attention. They just kind of group up some stuff. So I got kind of doing two things at once. Yes, sir. Same here. I have actually used the San Diego jam knot. I found out about it after I had posted mine about my braid to the spool, and that's one of the knots I tried out, and I don't go through with that knot because eventually the fish is going to heat that reel up, and then it's going to cool down, and it's going to end up, it still doesn't have enough grip to tighten the line if it's extremely loose. So that's why I don't like, if they were to add at least another eight more wraps, because they only wrapped it like 4 times, if they would do it, because it is braid, you know, one of the things with braid that we learned a long time ago, that you can use the same knots that you use for mono, but you just got to double them. So if you're using 50-pound mono and you do 4 wraps, well, then you have to do 8 wraps on braid to get it to stick, to create the grip that you need. You got to remember that braid is so slick and so soft, it really doesn't have nothing to grip onto, whereas monofilament is thick and, you know, it's pliable, so it can create something to go into, you know what I mean? It's plastic, you know, it's gonna get thin in some areas and thicker in others, and do a little buildup, and that's what creates a knot and holds it in place. But on braid, there is no stretch, there is no anything like that to allow it to catch, so you have to have enough buildup of wraps to create that like that. So yeah, at least 8 times. But like I said, even for us, when I'm doing my braid to the spool and I'm doing hollow core, I'll do the hollow core splice. You know, I just splice it back in on itself and it holds like a champ. So but yeah, at minimum 8 times I wrap the spool. You know, sometimes I do more, it just all depends. Doing more ain't gonna hurt you. You know, have a little bit more is just that much more security that it's gonna grab quickly. Now, don't get crazy and do like 50 wraps, because then I think it would weaken the line, because then it's got to travel so far over to get to that that original portion of where the knot has to double back and start tightening up the braid when it does come loose from being heated up. So yeah, 8 to 12 should be just fine. How's he doing with helping on the orders and stuff?
Yeah, he's
Getting it?
mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, help you walk it through so we can get those orders fixed up. Any of the extra weights that aren't needed on there, he's been walking up here and putting them on. You know the deal,
Yeah.
the routine on that. But just see if we can keep him motivated to improve his work ethic here, and definitely get an understanding to where, you know, the pace we need to work well here and stuff like that. 'Cause he wants to earn more money, but he's got to earn it, you know, and I'm not going to give it to him.
Yeah.
Everybody earns it, you know what I mean? So, all right, boss. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got my son with me, and you know, they asked to come work and stuff like that. But also too, as a dad, I've got to, you know, I got to battle both sides of the fence. You know, I love my kids, do anything for them, but at the same time, I have to be their boss, and I have to have them understand what I expect as an employer to keep them working here. I cannot just keep them here because I love them, you know, working for me. They got to be able to pull their weight and understand that when they are here, they got to work, and they got to understand that, because if I don't teach them that now, then it could plant a bad seed into them. Well, you know, my dad owned his company and he let me do whatever I want. No, he's gonna have to work. He's gonna have to earn it. You know, all my kids, when they come for me, even my youngest one, they have learned that, you know, I'm not easy on anybody when it comes here, because at the same time, when I'm easy on somebody there, it costs me in the long run, and I'm tired of always paying the price. So for them, I know it'll be a good thing because then they'll learn to, when they go to work for somebody, that they got to work. They've got to put out the effort. If they want to be also asking for raises or more pay or whatever they may ask for, you know, they'll be able to have the grounds to show within their work and to earn more pay, you know. So, yeah, and also too, they'll learn money doesn't grow on trees. Yeah. Oh man, let's see. I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes I'm sitting there and I see everybody posting up, and then it kind of goes dead for a while, and then all of a sudden it's back there and stuff. Fish San Diego, California. No, I have not, but I am waiting to get out there because I've got an invite to go on the boat that goes offshore for like 15 days for Avet Reels. It's an Avet Reels sponsored boat, so I'm waiting to get out there and get on that for sure. Wiring while watching. What are you wiring up, boss? There you go. So we got some West Coast guys, we got some East Coast guys on the channel right now. We got Central Texas up in there as well. Quick little check. Where's everybody from that's watching right now and on here? Stage lighting, there you go. All right. Stage lighting, where you DJing something, or is that your job too? And where at? What stage? Detroit. There you go. Motor City. Let's see, San Antonio in the house. There you go. Splendora, there you go. Alabama. Getting it done. Man. Yeah, one of my buddies that was here the other day, he sets up big events like that. I don't think he actually does the setting up like that of wiring, but I know he does have a part in setting up concerts and stuff like that. So when he travels, I didn't get a chance to get more into it because I was kind of live at the same time at the channel. I was trying to get back to leader building and stuff like that. So. There we go. Katy, Texas in the house. Sonora, San Antonio, Detroit. Well, he's working in Detroit. And if you notice too, I'm doubling up on my crimps too. I wish they made the smaller sizes of crimps just longer so I don't have to double up on them, but that's what I got to do to keep our leaders working the way we want them to work. So, I want to go fishing today, but I don't think it's going to happen with these scattered thunderstorms. I don't want to get out there and, you know, it start raining on us and stuff like that. And, you know, kind of saw the radar has all kind of colors earlier today too. So, yeah. Normally what I tell people is that the fish are already wet. The only thing they got to watch for is the lightning. That's the one you got to watch for. If it's just rain, I normally go out and I'll still fish. I normally like to get out